That scared me. What's up guys, welcome to this video. I'm gonna start this video off with a big change. So as you know, I've been using this small and old little thing to make my donuts, to make my dough. But I think it's time for an upgrade. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's unpack this bad boy. If this doesn't show how serious I am about following my dream, I don't know what is. So guys, I upgraded from a small little hand mixer to a stand mixer just so I can get the perfect dough. So besides this, I also bought this cool little torch, this camouflage creme brulee torch. This one looks better. So yeah guys, I bought myself some things to make my dream possible. Not possible, but at least easier. So guys, I want to show you also with my channel and this thing that I'm about to do, like this series, that you should follow your dream, follow your passion. I studied economics, retail management. I have my degree, but that is not what I love in life. This is my passion at this point in my life. I love to bake, and my dream is to open something, and this is really my passion because I get pleasure out of it. It satisfies me, and I'm just happy when I do it. I love to work with my hands, be creative, make something out of nothing. That is what I love. And I want to share this message, guys. Please, please follow your dream, follow your passion, no matter what it is in life. Do what you want. I never thought I would start baking and love it so much that I'm really considering opening something for myself. But you can see, guys, later on the road, later in life, everything can change. This is just a hobby. Maybe it's gonna turn into something great. We don't know, but I'm at least working on it. And I want to share that you should do what you want in life. You have only one life. Live it to the fullest, because it is just a waste if you do something what you don't love. But yeah, this is the intro. Hopefully I can motivate you a bit with the things I just said. I know it's long. I know who am I to be motivated? But yeah, guys, live life. Do something you love. Follow your passion. I dare you. Do it. Do it now. Let's open the new machine on. So excited to use this in boxing and in cooking video. Oh yeah. There we go. The new, brand new kitchen machine I'm gonna use from now on instead of the hand mixer. Bourgin is the brand. The design is cool, small, handy, I think so. First time using something like this. Right, it opens. I've got the bowl. It's not that big. Probably will be enough for the doughs I make. Mixing tool. Another mixing tool. And the last one, I think for me the most important one, is the bread attachment tool. So this will knead the dough to get the right consistency. Yeah. The video got a massive turn on it. The series got a massive turn on it because I'm gonna extend the episode 1. I already filmed 3 parts of the first episode, the dough. I said in my last video that that would be the last video on this episode, the dough, and I would go on to the next episode, the glaze. But I'm gonna extend this first episode and I'm gonna have a part 4 of the donut, because last week I was experimenting in the kitchen and I found out a really epic recipe. And in this video I want to compare the 2 recipes, the one that I had in my last few episodes, like part 2 and part 3, and I'm gonna compare those with the recipe I figured out. And I got a comment from a subscriber, and she told me, or he told me, I'm not sure anymore, that I should try out a Tang Zong, something really strange, a strange name, I think from China or Japan or something. And she said, or he said, that Chinese people use it in milk bread to make it more airy. So I tried it out one day and the donuts turned out so fluffy, so airy, so light, and in one way so tasty. But I have a twist to the recipe because I am adding one more ingredient. So without further ado, guys, let's go in the kitchen and make this last part of this episode and get the perfect dough. Because the measurements are there, I'm really close, but I'm still in search of the perfect donut. So let's do it. Okay, let's make the tangzong. So it's really easy. What I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna eyeball this, my own thing. I'm gonna add 100 milliliters of water to a saucepan, and I'm gonna put this on a medium to high heat just to cook the flour, because that's basically it. So I have here flour. I'm gonna grab 2 heaping tablespoons of flour, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it in water. There we go, 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. And Monica, I'm really sorry, today I'm gonna use a metal whisk and just cook the flour with the water, and be sure to stir it around because it can be really thick, so the flour cooks. I'm not sure if I need to add more water, but I think this is a good consistency. This just mix the flour in with the water, so you get a really thick consistency like this. And we're gonna set this aside in a small bowl. So I've got the thing here, it's really thick, and just put it somewhere to rest. It's really hot right now and you can't use it. You need to let it cool down. So here we go. And now let's make the yeast. And while the pan is hot, what I'm gonna do is put the pan on its kiln first, and I'm gonna add 30 milliliters of milk to this. And to this milk I'm gonna add 70 milliliters of water. Just let it get up to 100 milliliters in total. So we got a total of 100 milliliters of water and milk together. And this pan we just gonna heat up. And if it's warm, just take it off. I'm gonna put it in a measuring cup like so. And to this I'm gonna add fresh baker's yeast. And because this is fresh, you need to double up on the amount than active dry yeast. So I'm gonna add 18 grams of this yeast to the measuring cup. I know it's a strange number, but this is what I've done last time. And to this I'm gonna add 15 grams of sugar just to activate the yeast. Mix it all up together so the yeast is dissolved like this, and just put it aside. And for the instant dry yeast, I'm just gonna use the tap water method. Just feel the water and get it up to a body temperature water, not too warm, not too cold. And I'm gonna do about 100 milliliters. And to this, instead of adding fresh baker's yeast, I'm gonna try out the difference in between instant yeast and this fresh baker's yeast. So I'm gonna add 7 grams of instant yeast, 8 grams is fine. And again, I'm just gonna add a little bit of sugar, like 15 grams. I'm not really measuring this one out, just about 15 to 20 grams of sugar just to feed the yeast. Mix it around till the yeast is dissolved. Just mix it around and put it aside. And today you can follow the recipe and use this one for yourself. So it's gonna be really simple. I'm gonna use some all-purpose flour, sugar, yeast, 1 whole egg yolk, butter, vanilla, but today I'm gonna change it up. This is a cheap one, and I'm gonna change it up with a vanilla paste and a little bit of salt. So this will be the recipe for the yeast dough, the simple one I made last time and the time before, but today I'm gonna change it up because of the subscribe, but also me. I wanted to try something out. I wanted to try something different. So in this recipe, I'm gonna add a little bit of powdered milk. For all the Dutch people, magere melkpoeder. So guys, I think I'm gonna use this fresh baker's yeast from now on, because I think this is way better to let the donuts rise. And why? Because of this. So you can see the difference in the yeast. So the left one right here is the one with the fresh yeast, and the right one is the instant dry yeast. I said it needs to foam up. This one for sure foamed up. Let's make the dough. So first off, I'm gonna make the simple one that I've made last time. And guys, you can follow the recipe right now, because I think I perfected it. But it's only enough for 12 donuts. So if you want more donuts, just double up on the recipe. Add the instant dry yeast mixture. To this, I'm gonna add 1 whole egg, of course without the shell. Add 1 egg yolk to this. There we go. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of it like so. Mix this together just till it all is combined. Okay, to this you're gonna add 375 grams of flour. There we go, 375 grams, 40 grams of sugar, 40 grams, 41. I'm gonna add salt, like 3 grams. I forgot to record it, but I added 40 grams of room temperature butter. And then just take a wooden spoon and just combine everything. And this time, guys, I didn't sift the flour because I don't think it matters that much. So here we go. I'm just gonna combine this all together. just loosely like so. Kind of excited, kind of curious if this will work. Close the machine with the metal bread attachment, and I'm just gonna turn it on and knead it. And this will take about 5 to 10 minutes. Looks good already, and it does its thing. So there we go. I think it's done. Just take it off. If it's not sticky, if it doesn't stick to your hand, it is done. I have a bowl. I'm gonna spray it with some Pam spray. It is not sticky, it is elastic and ready to use. Put it in a bowl, and I'm gonna cover it with a plastic foil. This dough is done. And now let's make the other dough, and it's gonna be the same as the first, and I'm gonna use this bowl as well. Kinda dirty, but it doesn't matter. This one I'm just using different stuff like this fresh baker's yeast. Again, I'm gonna add 1 whole egg, 1 yolk, a little bit of the vanilla, 2 drops, and just loosely combine everything together. The only difference also in this, I'm gonna add 350 grams of flour. A little bit less because I'm gonna add the powdered milk. About 350 grams. 40 grams of sugar, like so. Salt, again about 3 grams. And now the difference is the milk powder. Open it, and I'm gonna add 25 grams of this milk powder. So again, the same dry ingredients, the amount, so 375 in total. But I'm just changing it up with this milk powder. So here we go, about 25 grams. And before we add the tang zhang, I'm just gonna combine this all together. Just loosely combine everything. And here we go, to this I'm gonna add the mixture, the tang zhang, which is cooled off. I think it might be too much. Just take a little bit off. There we go. And I totally forgot to add the butter. So here we go, about 40 grams. And now put it in the machine, close it up, turn it on, and let it knead. And this will take like about a minute to 2-3 minutes. So I think it's done. Let's see, it's not sticking. So I'm just gonna clean the bowl up. Just take it off, and I think the tang zhang and the milk powder made it kind of too liquidy. So again, at the end I added 375 grams of flour, the same as the first one. Just cover it with a foil. It's closed up tightly. In the oven, it goes to rest to rise. It has passed 2 hours exactly. I took out the 2 doughs, and I've got everything on the table right here. First, let's start with the yeast one, the normal one. Take some flour, flour the surface, just take it out, like so. Flour the top, flour the rolling pin. Just roll it out. As thick as you want. Okay, here we go. This is a good thickness. And just cut everything out. Now the middle hole. There we go. Straight away take it out. Perfect. I will leave some to fill up later on. Take a donut, put it on a parchment paper. There we go. So this is the yeast side, and this is the tang zhang side. I don't know, I just wrote something down. The Chinese donuts. But again, it's my combo. Now let's do this one, and it's really fluffy. Take the air out. Flour out of the bowl. That. Some more flour. The rolling pin. Just roll it out. Take my tub and just cut it out. So there we go. Got a couple cut out, and I'm just gonna transfer it on the parchment paper. I'm just gonna put it in the oven. No water, no boiling water, nothing. And I cut out the rest as well. Got everything in the oven. I'm just gonna close it up. It is now 12 o'clock. I think around 1 o'clock I'm gonna take them out. So I'm gonna leave them for an hour to 2 hours to let them rise. Okay, let's see. Let's take the donuts out. It is now 1:30, and I will say they did double in size, and they look amazing. And I did add a donut in the middle here because these 2 trays were too full. I can notice straight away the one where I added the fresh baker's yeast, the block of yeast, risen more than the instant yeast one. So these really doubled in size. I'm not sure if it's the yeast. I think it is, but it also might be the tang zhang that I added. it. So these are the crazy creations, and these are just mine normal yeast ones I had in my last few episodes. So now it's just time to fry them. I have the oil at 180 degrees Celsius. So now I'm just gonna pop them in. As you can see, not sticking. This one, there we go. And I'm just gonna do them like half a minute each side. Already tell this one is way bigger and will be fluffier than the yeast one. Okay, let's go and flip him. Let's see the color. Yeah, perfect, light brown, just how I want it. There we go. The color is amazing, perfect. And now I'm just gonna fry up the rest and just taste the difference. Got them all fried up, and I've got a bunch of them. So let's do this quickly. What I need to say first, I've got the proving on point. Not making it too complicated with boiling water, turning it off, preheating the oven. No, I'm just gonna put them in the oven and nothing to it. Leave them for 2 hours, let the yeast do its thing, and that's it. That's it. Nothing crazy. Simplicity is the best. So I've got all the donuts in front of me. I'm not gonna eat all of them. I'm just gonna try them. And I will say, because the proving is perfect, the donuts look perfect. Perfect round. Got the ring on the side. It's not like transformed as the last ones, but that was because the proving didn't go as well. Now let's see the difference in between the Tangzong, and I'm sorry if I'm like saying it wrong. I'm not making fun of the word. It's just I don't know how to pronounce it. So Tangzong, I think. And this is the one with the flour that I've cooked in, the Tangzong, and the milk powder, and also the fresh baker's yeast. And this is the normal yeast donut. You can't really see a big difference. The biggest difference is that the yeast one compared to the other one didn't rise as much, and I don't have the ring on all of them, but I think that is the yeast part. I'm not sure if the Tangzong did that, but for sure the yeast is way better, the fresh yeast. Gonna try and keep this short and straight to the point. Yeast donut looks good. Got the ring on this one, looks good. Let's tear it apart. Let's see the texture. Fluffy, yeasty, delicious, looks good, smells good. Let's try it out. Simple yeast donut. Yes, on point. Simple, really simple. And the big thing with this recipe, this is not too sweet. It is sweet, but not too sweet. It's just perfect balance. I also tried out like with a lot of sugar, didn't go as well. With less sugar, you taste more the bread. It was more savory, but this is perfect. Guys, please follow the recipe. Make these donuts, but just make sure you prove them right in the oven. No crazy stuff, just in the oven so they puff up. Hell yeah. This is a good one. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna use one of these. Liking the taste a lot of this one. Now, really excited for the Tangzong one. Big difference I can notice. This one is lighter. It's airier, as you can see. It's way lighter. I'm not sure if I'm liking that because it is a bit too light. So let's break it apart. You can see I'm squeezing it, not even hard, and it's really airy. When I say really airy, this is like pillowy. Maybe too pillowy. And just to show you the difference, this is the yeast one and this is the Tangzong one. So you can see it's way pillowy. This one is already soft and this it's squeezed together. Really pillowy, really fluffy. Let's try it out. Let's see if it's any better or different than the yeast donut. Let me process it. Way softer than this one, and it's also like milky, more milky. Has a bit more flavor than this one, and I think it's the milk powder, but I'm not sure if I'm liking the texture because it's too airy, too light. Because when you squeeze it hard, it just gets soft, mushed up together. Not sure if I'm liking that. I will say the filled ones, the puffed ones, are good because they puffed up really a lot and you have almost no air in the middle, which you can fill up with good stuff. But I do again want to try both. So I will say this one, I like the taste, but the texture is a bit too soft. The taste is different. A bit tastier, milkier. The yeast one. I think this one, the yeast one, is better with toppings. This is too light. And I don't know if it's because of the yeast or if it's because of the Tangzong. It might be because of the Tangzong. the cooked in flour. Because you can see, this is what I mean. I'm not squeezing it together anymore and it gets flat, and this one still holds its shape even if you squeeze it hard. So I will say the things, oh my god, I'm never gonna say it. This one is better than the yeast one I made last week, but I still need to work with the recipe. Trying out without Tangzong, but with the baker's yeast and just the milk powder, and just trying it out, the Tangzong without the milk powder, and see if what gives the texture and the flavor. I'm not gonna film it, I'm just gonna do it in the kitchen behind the camera, and next week I will have the perfect recipe. Here we go, guys. Final verdict, the Tangzong is the go. Still the yeast donut, but just tweaking and playing around with some stuff. Guys, that is it. That will include this video. Hopefully you liked it, and this will be the last part of the first episode, the dough. So again, guys, if you enjoyed this video and the new series, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button, try out the recipe, because these donuts are buonissimo. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel at LiveLife. Follow me on Instagram at darkobunic, and if you want to be the first on these videos, turn on your notification bell right there, and you will be notified when my videos are up. And guys, I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever it is in life. Do what you want. Do it now. I dare you. Live life. Peace.